What a beautiful day, guys. Are you kidding me? You know what? Some days you just get out of bed and you just jump right in and start kind of attacking everything that you need to do, and you just feel great and you're smiling. And honestly, that's kind of the day that I'm having. I feel good, I feel alive, and I'm just grateful to be here. And guys, another thing I'm grateful for, RFK Jr. tomorrow is going to take on the Senate floor. He's going head to head, toe to toe with all these senators who are going to be asking him questions. And you know what? If you know my boy RFK Jr., and I think you do, you know that he's coming prepared with some answers. And I love that so much. So it seems like RFK Jr. is the most popular person in politics today, not including President Trump, who is clearly more popular, but still RFK Jr. is incredibly influential right now. And there's a great argument to be made that he is like the most influential cabinet pick of every person who's been named by Trump already. But I want us to go ahead and check out this video because it came out today, and it's just RFK Jr. getting completely berated by a bunch of different reporters and journalists who are asking him endless questions. And there's one thing I love about this video and I think is, says a lot. But check this out.
Any response to that, Mr. Kennedy? Are you confident that you have the votes?
How are you preparing for this hearing? What are some of the main questions that senators want you to answer?
So if you're having trouble hearing things, it's really just because it's RFK Jr. is not saying anything. He is being dead silent. And I love that in Tribalism, the original person who shared this, he said his silence speaks volumes. And you know what I love about this? To me, this is about conserving energy. It's like RFK Jr. knows that anything that he says right now at this moment, before his Senate confirmation hearing, anything that he says could be used against him. It could make headlines. So many nasty things could come from the manipulation of the media, because he says one thing to a journalist or a reporter or anyone else, boom, the worst possible headline that you could possibly imagine. And they'll just take the truth and they'll twist it behind their arm and manipulate it to say something completely different. And it'll be terrible. So right now, the best thing for RFK Jr. is just to stay quiet, to stay silent. He's not there to talk to reporters or journalists. He is there to talk to senators. I'll let a little bit more of the video play out, but it's RFK Jr. just being silent. Check this out.
What do you say to senators who may have some concerns about what your cousin expressed in her letter?
Anything that people misunderstand about your position? Have you rethought any of your positions on vaccines?
Any response to any of those allegations from your cousin saying that you're not fit to serve?
Have you spoken to your cousin?
You know what I love? RFK Jr. is locked in. He's not locked into this conversation because he's not engaging, but he's locked into the conversation that he's going to be having with the senators. All right, this is his game face. He is ready, he is prepared, and he is showing up with his sleeves rolled up. All right, metaphorically. It'd be super funny if he actually shows up like that tomorrow. But you know what? I love that not only is he showing battle, all of his supporters are showing up in battle with an army. All right, I love that the food babe, Vanny Harry, she wrote this yesterday. I'm watching so many people take action, calling and emailing senators. It's so incredible what is going on. Look at this. Our movement is unstoppable. The American people will make sure RFK Jr. is confirmed as HHS secretary. Incredible. Food babe army. Maha, make America healthy again. I love this so much. And I love the language that she uses here to describe she's saying food babe army, but honestly, I feel like every single person who's for RFK Jr., they have such a warrior mentality. And I think the community that we built here really is an army, and the people who are behind RFK Jr., the people who are these independent thinkers, they're just warriors, right? Speaking of that, I saw this post today, guys. My entire timeline is filled with just RFK Jr. stuff. It is crazy. But I saw this today. It's, if you're anti-RFK, my bad. If you're anti-RFK, you're either owned by Big Pharma, avoiding his podcasts or not an independent thinker. Guys, I've been doing this a long time now. All right. You have no idea how many comments I get from people who are like, wait a second, that's RFK Jr. That's what he's about? That's not at all what I expected. Are you telling me that I've just been lied to and manipulated by these news organizations that I've just grown to trust all these years? Yeah. Are you telling me that I was fed all of these lies on a silver platter? Yeah. And that's what I love about RFK Jr. because he has a way of articulating a position with full transparency, and he's not there to lie to you. He's not there to manipulate you. All he is there to do is tell you the truth. It seems like a man who's just gone on his own personal journey, and all he wants to do is show other people the truth, the way. And and this is usually how it goes. You know, like there are people who even know his podcasts exist, but they refuse to listen to them because people don't often like being proven wrong. And in the world where there's endless information available, but it's finding the good information, finding the right information, and actually, you know, I love that the words of Jesus are like, if you seek, you find. But it's this pursuit of truth that we need to actually go after ourselves. So it's crazy. All right, and I love and Tribalism is doing a great job, by the way. Like I love the stuff that they share, and it seems like they are working overtime right now for RFK Jr. because their posts are getting a ton of hits, and they're just making sure that they're doing everything in their power to make sure that people are that RFK Jr. is like front of mind of this entire conversation. They wrote this recently. RFK Jr.'s appointment to HHS is arguably the most important cabinet decision of our lifetime, possibly in history. You know what I love about this? Because we talk a lot about how, like, man, history is being made. This is wild, right? History is being made right now as we speak. And there's an idea that I was chewing on right now, and it's just like history is being made, but in a much realer sense for me, our future is being made. And that's why I'm like, if I can encourage you guys with one takeaway, it's call your senators, call the senators of your state. There's two of them, and just ask and demand that they vote yes, because I think it's actually not only is it a gift that we have elected representatives who could go ahead and vote kind of on our behalf, but it's actually a gift that we could be part of that conversation, like that I could be part of that conversation, that you can be part of that conversation, because RFK Jr. is one single person, yes, but it's me and it's you. We're all part of this collective conversation that actually makes these things happen. It's people who donated and funded his campaign. It's people who voted for Trump on RFK Jr.'s behalf that allowed all of this to be possible. Like we play such a critical role in not just this history, but this future that we are creating. So I'd love to encourage you guys, if you want to be part of telling this story for the future, for your children, for future generations, for your children's children, where people are healthier, where people are happier, where people are living a life that is full of energy, I'd really recommend you guys to go ahead. It takes a handful of seconds. It takes a handful of minutes to go ahead and call your senator. It costs nothing, but it could change everything. All right. And Tribalism continues, and they write, no cabinet appointment has ever carried so much weight. The future of American health and countless lives rests on the vote of 100 senators. If RFK Jr. is not confirmed, we will never truly fix American health. This is no exaggeration. I do think there's a lot of truth here. I don't think a lot of people have the capacity, have the resilience, have the audacity or the tenacity to actually go toe to toe and head to head with all of these senators face to face and answer all their questions, but to go past that and actually do the work, to do the day to day, to make sure you squeeze out all the corruption and you squeeze out all the bad stuff that they're putting in our food for the sake of American lives. I don't think a lot of people could do that. I think very special people can. And I really think RFK Jr. is the best suited person for this task. I think about, his prayer where he was like, I was praying every day for 19 years for an opportunity to do this. And I don't know, like I don't often bring up, spirituality, but I kind of have to in this conversation right now. I feel like I have a lot of faith in RFK Jr. and not just his ability or his performance tomorrow, but in the things that he will actually do. I believe that he is a change agent. I believe that these aren't just words that he's going to be spewing out, but this is going to be a life, a journey that he's going to be saying. And even right now, as I said, the word, it's going to be a performance of a lifetime tomorrow. It's not going to be a performance. No, it's just going to be truth. He's not performing anything. He is just talking. He is sharing his story, and we're going to see it on the Senate floor tomorrow. People are going to ask him questions, and he's going to answer. He's showing up battle ready to the Senate floor. And I don't know about you, but I am just so dang excited about that. And we're seeing plenty of members of Congress say the same thing, right? Representative Anna Paulina Luna, she writes this: nefarious actors within the agriculture and food industries are putting financial pressure on some senators to block RFK Jr.'s confirmation. We can't let corporate corruption stand in the way of our health. It's time to make America healthy again. Come on, let's go. I want to see this in the chat right now. If you believe in this, if you believe in these words, put Maha in the chat right now. Make America healthy again. Oh, also real quick, guys, one of the best ways to support what we're building here in the show is to like and subscribe, because that sends it out into the algorithm to reach more people. So if you want to make sure that this conversation is elevated, please go ahead and do that. But I love these words from Anna today, that there is so much corruption, and there's not a lot of people who would go toe to toe with that corruption and make sure that it doesn't exist in the future. And I don't know about you, but I think that person is RFK Jr. I saw this today from Nancy Mace. She shared that this morning. All right. She said, make America healthy again with Robert F. Kennedy Jr. Nancy Mace. Look at this picture. Incredible. Absolutely iconic. And again, this is just like, this almost has 500,000 views. Are you kidding me? That is wild. But RFK Jr. is everywhere. And it seems like so are his supporters. I'm telling you guys, people are going to battle for RFK Jr. And I love it. If there was any way for me to be in DC tomorrow, I would make it happen. But I if I can't be there, I love that so many supporters are going to be there. I saw this today by Leonard Tepp. They wrote, I'll be on a 4 a.m. bus to DC on Wednesday to support RFK Jr. I'd rather eat broken glass, but this is too important. That's right, because this isn't just a moment that we're participating in. No. This is a future that we are creating together. Come on, somebody. It is so good. And I love that in this, it talks about pain. Like, I would rather eat broken glass, but this is too important, because the future that we're creating, it costs something. And there will be pain involved. But the future that we see for our children, our children's children, the future that we want to express, this is worth the cost. We believe in this. I love it. One of the hosts of the All In podcast, they wrote this: make America healthy again. RFK Jr.'s confirmation hearing starts tomorrow, and the knives are out. This is one of the most important confirmations in the new Trump administration. America is sick. Just those 3 words. I'm reminded of what RFK Jr. said at the Hispanic inauguration ball. And he wrote that if you're an American, you have endless dreams. But if you're sick, you just have one dream, and it's to get better. Man, those words really struck home to me. And I think something that I love is, I love that RFK Jr. has conviction here, because when we elect leaders with conviction and we allow them to be led by their conviction, it actually makes them that much stronger, because they have stake in the game. They're not just elected to collect a check. No, they're elected because it is their life mission. It is their purpose. It is their destiny. And I just can't help but see that so much, and see it so evidently and clearly in RFK Jr. Incredible. I pled to everyone on X today, and it was, asking all senators for a quick favor. Be smart and confirm RFK Jr. If you've been captured by all of the lies and deception, but are searching for some truth, feel free to look at this. And I just took a screenshot of something I wrote whenever I was in Washington, D.C., you know, because after me and my beautiful wife got married, we honeymooned in Washington, D.C. because we're patriots, right? But we honeymooned there, and I was driving the car and I was listening to NPR, and they were just spewing all these lies about RFK Jr. And mind you, this was after President Trump won the election, and he had already been kind of announced as the HHS nominee. And they were just sharing all these lies. I'm like, there needs to be something else that I could do here. So I decided to go ahead and create a timeless resource of a bunch of lies about RFK Jr. And I just dove into a lot of truth. And now, as we're in this kind of critical space where a vote is going to be taken very soon for him to see if he could actually be the change agent to do the things that he was created to do. And I believe that the power rests in the hands of 100 senators, right? So I want to go ahead and encourage you guys. You know, maybe you've already read this, but maybe you could be the person who even takes this to the next level. If you call your senator and you could just demand that they vote yes, and if you kind of see where they are, or see where their headspace is, and if they've been captured by some of these lies, maybe you could point them in a different direction, in a better direction, in a direction filled with light and truth. And so if you haven't read this, or if you want to go ahead and share this and make sure that this conversation exists elsewhere, I absolutely think you should do that. Now, there's one other thing I want to share. Sorry, guys, I actually had to restart my stuff. I've been having like technology issues all day. I swear, there's something in my computer that does not want me to make this video. This is like the third time that I've tried to get this right, but it's okay. All right, because we're just gonna keep striking until we get there. But I wanted to share this from Megyn Kelly, because she says she's actually going to be attending RFK Jr.'s hearing tomorrow. And this is just the business that I love, and I am ready. So check this out. Megyn Kelly, ladies and gentlemen.
I should tell you that I too will be headed down to DC after the show today, because I would like to take a peek at what they do to Robert F. Kennedy Jr. I feel like this show and he have somewhat of a special relationship, since I think even he would tell you he probably wouldn't be there this week if it hadn't been for the 4 hours we did with him March of 2022, when no one would touch him. He was officially on the disinformation dozen list, being pushed by the White House. And we found a way to get that 4-hour interview on all platforms, even the ones on which he'd been banned, and it didn't get banned anywhere. And he will tell you that was the beginning of his road back to being sort of acceptable. It's an absurdity. I realize all that, but it had to be done. And it was done. And look at him now. So I will be down there tomorrow supporting him and watching to see what they throw at him. I should tell.
I love that so much, man. I feel like I've been also kind of getting a little emotional about this too, just because like the journey that we've been on together, following RFK Jr. and just really following how this story develops. It's been filled with so much passion and curiosity and just mystery. Like, we didn't know what was going to happen. Like, going back to August, we didn't know if he was going to keep the campaign going. Like, we didn't know if he was going to be on the ticket in November. We didn't know if they were going to team up with Trump at all. We didn't know even some of the wild cards that we saw from the Trump campaign. We just didn't know. And to see all this develop the way that it has, it's been crazy. So for Megyn Kelly to be there, I'm excited. I'm grateful that Megyn Kelly was such a key player in this moment, and it is just fascinating. Now, there's actually one other thing that I want to share, and this is just a huge thank you. Well, for one, actually, I am also going. I believe I'm going to be covering the event. Obviously, I'm not going to be there live, but that's not going to stop me from being on X. I think I'm going to be on X tomorrow, live streaming the whole thing, because there's something in me that tells me that RFK Jr. is going to be talking about some pretty controversial things tomorrow. And a lot of those things are probably not going to be appropriate for YouTube. So I think going ahead and having that conversation somewhere else, like X, I think just makes a lot of sense. So if you're wanting to watch that with me tomorrow, if you want to be part of that moment with me tomorrow, go ahead and tune in. I'm gonna go ahead as soon as I really decide where it's gonna be. I'll go ahead and link a comment on here, and I'll make a community post and also post it on X as well. But I'm excited about that. I'm really, really excited about that. There's also one other thing that happened today. Caroline Levitt, the White House press secretary, she made an announcement kind of saying that new media is going to have a place in their White House. And I had multiple people reach out to me and kind of encourage me to apply. And I just want to let everyone know I did apply. And obviously, I know it's a long shot, but the fact that so many people out there were just the fact that you guys thought of me, that's kind of wild. That's kind of wild. So I just want to say thank you for considering me. Thank you for watching me. Thank you for being part of this journey. Thank you for being part of this community. I am just eternally grateful for you. And I'm grateful to do this life with all of you guys. I'm thankful for your time. And I'm thankful for your participation in elevating this conversation. But anyways, let me know what you think about all of this. Let me know what you think about RFK Jr. How do you think he's going to be and perform tomorrow? Let me know how you think how you think he's going to be received on the Senate floor. Are you excited? Are you emotionally prepared for the kind of chaos that's going to come out? I'm ready. I'm excited. I'm pumped, and I am just so looking forward to it. All right, everyone. I will see you all tomorrow, bright and early, because it's going to be 10 a.m. on the East Coast. And yeah, I'm ready. All right, everyone. Hope you have a great day, and I will see you all. Episode's over already? Jeez, that was fast. Well, they say beautiful things do not last forever, but feel free to watch and listen to another one of these episodes if you're interested in those conversations as well. Also, this next part is huge. Make sure to obliterate that like and subscribe button and turn on the notification bell so you never skip a beat. I also have a newsletter where we dive into the news, politics, and ideas that shape our future. If you're interested in signing up, I'd really appreciate that. Anyways, that's the end of this episode. Thank you so much for watching and listening, and I'll see you next time.